Hey guys, welcome to another episode of the Zelda Mailbag. My name's Joey Ferris. I run a YouTube channel called Ferris Wheel Productions where I do video game reviews in a skit fashion. I was asked by Game Over Jesse to read some Zelda questions that you guys submitted, so here we go. Mike Sosa asked, what Zelda race would you be? I would be a Goron. First of all, good choice. Rock hard, solid creatures, practically invulnerable to anything because they're literally made of rock. But I would have to go with the Zoras because I love the sea, I love the ocean, I love being underwater. Even though I think there's a different race of people that live in the ocean, but man, to swim underwater and see everything and be able to breathe underwater, that's just one of my personal favorite superpowers. That's why I like Aquaman and whatnot. But yeah, Zoras, man, I would love to be one of those things. Jay Fox asks, can you wait for the new Zelda game? Because I can't. You're not alone, brother. Jeez, I am so, done waiting. I'm so done with the lack of information they're giving us. I just want the game already. It's just madness. I want it now. It's now. God damn it. But yeah, I don't remember being this hyped for a game since Super Smash Bros. Brawl. And that came out when I was in middle school. And I'm just so, agitated by the lack of information Nintendo's giving us. I get it. There's a train. Just waiting for the train to go by. Waiting for the train to go by. Waiting for the train. Waiting for the train to go by. Yeah, waiting for it, train. Go away, train. You're so loud and obnoxious. Overall, I'm just really, irritated with Nintendo right now because the only footage we had of Zelda WiiU last year was that 13-second little scene back in the Nintendo Direct of November. And I'm just thinking, Nintendo, stop teasing me. I don't care how good of a marketing tactic teasing is. I don't like it. I hate it. Stop it. Neminator, I think that's how you pronounce it, asks, do you prefer Zelda games with a lot of side quest content or with no side quests and a longer story? You see, that's a weird question, because when it comes to a game like The Witcher 3 and other open world games, Just Cause, those kind of things, I do like a lot of side quests. I'm just a completionist, I get distracted easily, that kind of thing. But when it comes to Zelda games, their side quests are completely different. It's not like keep doing side quests to level up and get stronger powers. When it comes to Zelda games, the majority of them are heart pieces, bigger wallets, and stuff like that. So when you say side quests in a Zelda game, right now I'm playing Majora's Mask 3D, a game that I haven't beaten yet. The majority of the side quests that I'm doing are really just meant for heart pieces. So when it comes to Zelda WiiU, I want to see more side quests that incorporate better rewards, and more than just heart pieces and bigger wallets, if you catch my drift.
3501 Lay Truden asks, Link, is he a hybrid Gerudo/Hylian? And for those unfamiliar, I believe he's referring to Link from Twilight Princess, because we all know he's a descendant of the Hero Shade, or the Hero of Time from Ocarina of Time. And for this to happen, that means Link from Ocarina of Time needed to have a family. And judging by how few candidates there are for Link to start a family in Ocarina of Time, we come to the conclusion that he ends up marrying Milan because she seems to have a crush on Link. She's excited when Epona is fond of Link, and her dad jokes around about you marrying her, and she says something about wanting to marry a brave knight or something like that. And when you talk to Talon, her father, he mentions that you look similar to his ex-wife while you're wearing the Gerudo mask. Now, he does say this while you're wearing other masks, but I think that was just more of a comedic type of thing that the developers put in. And since her mother is missing, you don't really see what her mother actually looks like, but we can assume that she lives in the Gerudo Desert, which is why she isn't around in Lon Lon Ranch. And that would mean that Malon or Milan would be half Gerudo, which if Link and her got married and started a bloodline, then that would lead to Link from Twilight Princess being part Gerudo. Now, with that, I wonder if that makes Link from Twilight Princess and Ganondorf from Twilight Princess related in some way.
The Gaming Proj 228 asks, what if Zelda WiiU is before the Flood of Hyrule and the Wind Waker? Because the starting clothes are similar, and there's an ocean in Zelda U. It's kind of weird, but it's just a theory, haha. Seriously, don't be discouraged for giving me a theory, because that's all we have at this moment. Nintendo's not telling us jack about this game, and it's kind of irritating. But when it comes to that, it's a plausible theory. Don't get me wrong, it could take place after Ocarina of Time, who knows? If that was the case, it would probably mean that it would take place probably 50 years after Ocarina of Time or something, but because Wind Waker takes place 100 years, so we've been told. And I guess that's kind of interesting to think, but I don't think that has a lot to do with the starting clothes. I think it's just an aesthetic that's by coincidence or something. Not coincidence, but just similar patterns doesn't mean that's really the same character. But now that I think about it, just bear with me, what if Zelda WiiU takes place after the Wind Waker and you're playing as Link from Phantom Hourglass and the Wind Waker? Because that would be an interesting theory and whatnot. But I don't know, all we have are theories and speculation. That would be really neat because the Wind Waker Hyrule that we saw, all we saw was just, ocean and whatnot. But even then, it's technically the Hyrule from Ocarina of Time, so nothing too big there. Serious McNegative asks, now, wouldn't it be interesting if Ariel got a timeline? That way, they could totally justify a new hero emerging as a woman without contradicting the Legend of Zelda lore and established mythology. You see, I'm actually not, it's no offense, but I'm not really a big fan of that. You see, the Legend of Zelda games, I feel like they just have to feature Link as the main character. They've gone too, it's like to just change that out of nowhere, they've gone too far. Like, I'm a fan of, Link being a woman and all, and they could still call her Link, and maybe even Linkle. Technically, she's not female Link, she just has a similar name, and she's totally different weapons. But even then, I'm not a fan of, especially Arl, I don't even know how you, Aral, I don't know. But she's not really an interesting character. She was basically just a MacGuffin for the Wind Waker, and the reason Link was basically going on his quest and whatnot. So I feel like Zelda games, bottom line, you should play as Link. I don't care what gender, I don't care what race, and by race I mean ethnicity, just give me Link.
Justin Jandok, DatDirtBoy102, sorry if I mispronounced your name, asks, what if we can use the book to warp? Like maybe if it's a totally different book. Now, he's referring to the book shown in the Zelda WiiU trailer that was recently shown off in the Nintendo Direct along with the Twilight Princess HD footage. It has the Sheikah symbol on it, which makes you assume that it has magic properties of some kind. There's theories it could be the Book of Medora. As far as it being a book to help you warp, you could draw that connection by, since it, as I mentioned, it has the Sheikah symbol on it. The Sheikah are a tribe associated with magic or dark magic, so it could be sort of a spell book in the game, sort of like in A Link to the Past where you had the medallions. In Ocarina of Time you had Dense Fire and other magical things you could use. So this could be that type of item in this game. Instead of having a bunch of different items for different magical abilities, you probably could click on this book and then it brings like a drop down list or something of different magical abilities you can use, and then you can equip a couple of them at once. That way it's not taking up 15 or 10 different slots on the item menu. So with that, I mean, it could be a possibility. We know most Zelda games have warping in it, whether it's Link to the Past, Ocarina of Time, Majora's Mask having the flute, or Ocarina of Time to help you warp. And in Wind Waker and Phantom Hourglass, you could warp while you're on the sea sailing around. In Spirit Tracks, there were warp tunnels that you could go through while you're on the railroad. Twilight Princess, you could warp using Midna. I imagine if the book is used for warping, which we again can assume since this is the largest overworld in a Zelda game, yes, it'll have warping. So I imagine it'll be similar to Majora's Mask, where you find statues, not necessarily owl statues, maybe some other kind of statue that has markings on it or something, and you can translate the markings, and once you translate it and put it in the book, you'll be able to say the script or whatever from the book and warp to that specific location. That's how, like, if this was a book used to warp to different places, that's how I imagine it. But let me know what you think. If you have any ideas on how you could warp in it, or why the book is in the trailer. It wasn't in the first gameplay footage they shown, but it's in the new one. So they had to add it in. It means something, it has something to do with the game, but what? Let me know what your opinions are in the comments below.
The final question of the day comes from Juicebox, and he or she, I don't know what gender a Juicebox is, says, do you guys ever binge for hours on Ocarina of Time and then go outside and see a real crow and have immediate reaction to use a bow without thinking it's not in the game? All the time. But the thing is, I actually have like a bow and arrow I carry with me everywhere because, you know, dangerous streets, you never know. And I'm just like, and the cow's like, I'm a real person, I swear to God. 69 asks, should Cece go out on a date with you? Hell yeah! Is that even a question? Seriously. Cece, if you're watching this, just, you know what to do. Just, I'm ready. Just whenever you are. So that was the Zelda mailbag for the week. If you have any other questions, be sure to put them in the comments below, and we may see you or a question in the next Zelda mailbag. So with that, I'm Joey Ferris of Ferris Productions. If you want to check me out, be sure to visit my YouTube channel. The link is in the description below. I hope Jesse put it there. If not, I'm going to be so mad at that man. And if you haven't subscribed to Game Over Jesse yet, do it now. What are you doing with your life? Subscribe to that man. He looks like Dave Grohl. I love him. And with that, we'll see you guys in the next Zelda mailbag.